So I'm just you know, it's been a curse at times, but it's also been a blessing because it's allowed me to look at my situation in a whole new light. So now I want to talk to you a little bit about being. First of all, let me tell you that I did graduate high school, so I succeeded that expectation. You know, I'm very happy about that. And so now back to the group. So now I'm here with this group, and now I'm here talking to you on video for the first time about, you know, what we plan on doing. So I want to talk to you a little bit first, though, about optimism. And a prime example of optimism is Michael J. Fox, who has been another person who's inspired me. And he has a new book out, a lot of you know, which is Always Looking Up, The Adventures of an Incurable Optimist. Everybody knows Michael J. Fox's Parkinson's, and I'm sure there's, you know, I know there's a lot of people who have Parkinson's out there, but he basically tells about, you know, how his life changed dealing with Parkinson's, but how he changed, you know, some things he lost, but there are other things that he gained that he would not have otherwise have gained if it wasn't for this disability. So when you look at your, whether it's cerebral palsy or any kind of disability that way, you could, you think to yourself that, you know, this is a way I can look at it, and it helps you get through, you know, the challenges you face every day. And he recently had a special on ABC, and I want you to look at this because I'm going to show you right now. I'm actually going to show you it on the group, but I want you to look at this because it shows you how optimistic a person can actually be. Hold on, give me 1 second. Hold on, let me find it here. Here it is. Now I want everybody to look at this.
Now a sneak peek of an upcoming ABC primetime special. Michael J. Fox, Adventures of an Incurable Optimist.
I'm Michael J. Fox. For many years, I was lucky enough to be successful at a job I loved. One day, I woke up with a twitching left pinky finger. I was 29 years old and I had Parkinson's disease. In the intervening years, my life has seen many changes. Most mornings, for example, I wake to find my left pinky finger perfectly still. It's the rest of my body that's shaking uncontrollably. I talk to a lot of people in the States and other parts of the world. I mean, there's just all these different stories, and this compilation of experiences will hopefully paint a picture of what optimism means and how it is a force in our lives.
Hope is not being trapped in the past.
What enables me to believe in anything is hope.
Making me happy in any situation. Hope is very important to me. You can turn any situation into a positive, maybe not for you, but for someone.
For everything this disease has taken, something with greater value has been given. Sometimes just a marker that points me in a new direction that I might not otherwise have traveled. So sure, it may be one step forward and 2 steps back. But after a time with Parkinson's, I've learned that what's important is making that one step count. Always looking up.
Michael J. Fox, Adventures of an Incurable Optimist, Thursday, May 7th at 9 Central on ABC.
So that was, when I saw that, I'm thinking to myself, wow, what a great way to look at a situation. Cerebral palsy, Parkinson's, any kind of disability, basically any kind of situation you're dealing with life, whether it be, you know, anything, you know, that gives you a struggle in life. So that's another thing. Our key goal to this group is looking optimistic on our situations. You know, to spread optimism. That's another key goal of this group, and which we will, you know, hopefully, you know, if this video gets a good turnout, you know, that we could think of other ideas on how to remain optimistic. So that's another plan of mine. If anybody has any ideas that they'd like to see to spread optimism, to talk about CP or any kind of other disability, it doesn't necessarily have to be CP now. My group reaches out to a variety of kids, whether you have CP, Parkinson's, dyslexia, cancer, anything. And you don't even have to have CP. You know, like I said, my group's goal is to spread optimism. So I think, and that's pretty much all I have to say to you today. But I want to close by saying that I hope everybody enjoyed this pilot episode of Living with Cerebral Palsy and Fighting the Incurable. I hope this video helped you a little bit. Now, in our next episode, we will be actually on the road in Washington, D.C., where we're going to talk to my senator, Pennsylvania Senator Arlen Specter, who is the co-creator of the Americans with Disabilities Act, which is, it's going to be an interview, and we're going to talk to him about, what opted him to making this, act, and we're going to talk about what exactly the Americans with Disabilities Act actually is, which gives kids who have a disability a fair shot in life. And we're also going to touch on the subject of, it's actually a very controversial subject, but I think it needs to be talked about because it's very important. While dealing with the disease or disability, we're going to talk about stem cell research, both embryonic and both skin research, skin type research, and research through the umbilical cords. And we're going to talk about both sides of the argument. We're going to talk about the morality of it, what the controversies are with it. But it's a subject we're going to touch upon, and I think you will enjoy it. I want to thank everybody for viewing this episode. You can view this on Facebook.com. If you don't have Facebook, it's very easy to create. You just go on Facebook.com and all the information will be there. It's pretty self-explanatory, and it's totally free. And if you're not a part of this group yet, just type in Living with Cerebral Palsy and Fighting the Incurable, and it will come up. And also, this will be on YouTube.com, and so more viewers can reach out to it. So again, I hope you enjoyed this, and if you have any ideas, feel free to contact me through Facebook or through YouTube. Thanks.